Hi, welcome my dear students. So today we discussed about the biology 10th chapter life processes. In that first we go with an definition. Life processes are essential basic activities which includes nutrition, respiration, transportation and also excretion. This is the simple basic definition of the life processes. Then all these activities together perform maintenance job. Life processes, that means these basic activities, those together perform a maintenance job. We call it as an life processes. So in that, just we go with nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion definition. In this chapter you have only these four important topics. So first we define what is nutrition. Organisms take food into the body and utilize for survive, grow and repair the body. See here, when organisms take, in simply we say that organisms take into the body and it is utilized for the maintenance job, that is survive, grow and repair the body. And next we go with an respiration. Respiration means breakdown of glucose into energy in the form of ATP. The full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. So that means breakdown of glucose into energy. So energy na glucose na energy agi convert ಮಾಡೋದು in the form of ATP. We call it as an respiration. And then transportation. Transport of substances like oxygen, water and nutrients within the body. That means in human beings it takes place with the help of an blood, and in plants it takes place with the vascular tissues like xylem and phloem. So you all know that transportation is very necessary. Without transportation the food does not transport to one place to another place. So we need a transport system. Then finally excretion. Excretion means removal of harmful metabolic waste from the body. So in human beings it is in the form of urine. So that means metabolic waste, those can be excreted out from the body. We call it as an excretion. So these four are the important processes we are discussed in your chapter. In nutrition, we have two types: autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition we learn later. First we go with an autotrophic nutrition. So this autotrophic nutrition, it takes place in plants only, because plants prepare their own food by a process called photosynthesis. So they are called as autotrophs. So the type of nutrition we call it as an autotrophic nutrition. Plants prepare their own food by a process called photosynthesis. So this is called autotrophs, and the type of nutrition we call it as an autotrophic nutrition. So this is an equation showing the photosynthesis process. See, carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials which are utilized in the presence of sunlight by chlorophyll. These can be converted into glucose, oxygen and water. So this is an important equation for exam point of view. So what are the raw materials which are used for photosynthesis? Those are carbon dioxide and water. So even with this equation we can define the what is photosynthesis also. Carbon dioxide and water, these are the raw materials which are utilized by the plants in the presence of sunlight. It takes place in chlorophyll. These can be converted into glucose, oxygen and water. This process we called it as an photosynthesis. And very important question, events which are occur during photosynthesis. We have only 3 points. With the help of this equation we can define, or we can make a point of the events. First point is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. See here in this equation sunlight is necessary. So there is an absorption of light energy by the chlorophyll. So this chlorophyll which is present in the leaves, green pigment of the leaves because of the presence of chlorophyll. So this is the first point, it is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Then conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. See, water is there. So this water can be converted into oxygen and hydrogen molecules. So we call this as an splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. Then conversion of light energy into chemical energy. This sunlight can be converted into chemical energy, that is it gives an byproduct of an glucose. So there is a conversion of light energy into chemical energy. Then the third point, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. See here carbon dioxide is present. This carbon dioxide is converted into an carbohydrate. Glucose, it is a type of a carbohydrate. So this carbon dioxide can be converted into an glucose. We call it as an carbohydrates. So this equation and what are the events which are occurred during photosynthesis, these two are very important for the exam point of view. So next we shall discuss about the how these gases, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen, take into the body of the plants. So with the help of an stomata. So what is stomata? What are the functions of stomata? We shall discuss now. Next topic we discussed about is stomata. Stomata definition: tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. We call it as an stomata. This picture showing the stomata which is present on the surface of the leaves. So what are the functions of these stomata are? It is exchange of gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. So we know that for the photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide is one of the raw material which is utilized by plants. So this can be enter into the plant body with the help of a stomata. Like that oxygen, it is a byproduct of the photosynthesis. This is also expelled out by the body of the plant through stomatal pore only. So this is the main function of the stomata. And also loss of water through stomata. It takes place in leaves. So we know the definition of transpiration, loss of water in the form of vapor through aerial parts of the leaves. We call it as an transpiration. So this loss of water through stomata is also a function of the stomata. Then guard cells. See here in stomata, two guard cells are present. These guard cells helps in the opening and closing of the stomatal pore. This is the main function of the guard cells. When guard cells helps, that means when water enters into the guard cells, it swells the stomatal pore, so it opens the stomata. When water exists from the stomatal pore, it shrinks. That means it is a closed stomata. So these function, opening and closing stomata diagram, those are important for exam. And also sometimes they ask what is stomata, what are its function. Tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaves, exchange of gases which takes place on the surface of the leaves, loss of water through stomata. These are all very important for the exam.